Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Mike Bass, and today I'll be checking out Voiceplay's Christmas song this year, That You Santa Claus. Now this has been out a while and I'm only just getting around to this, but better late than never. The only version I know of this is the one by Louis Armstrong, which I believe is the original. I think. It's the only version I know. Anyway, let's just see what Voiceplay have got for us. Let's dive straight in.
Is that you, Santa, Santa? Whoa. Is that you, Santa, Santa? Whoa. Gifts I'm preparing for some Christmas sharing, but I pause because hanging a stocking, I can hear you knocking. Is that you, Santa Claus?
Okay, so much has happened already. So it starts off, I think Caesar was whistling. At least it looked like he was miming the whistling in that video there at the start. I'll go back and hear it again. I think Caesar starts whistling, so very nice. Jeff doing a basic bass line. I think it was Ellie and Jane on the harmonies. Who's that you, Santa Claus? Something like that. And then it kicks in to this verse, which is Jane on singing the lead. And at some point, he says, I can hear you knocking. And Lane comes in with like a sort of knocking sound. I don't know what he exactly did, so let's go back and hear all that again.
Is that you, Santa, Santa? Whoa. Is that you, Santa, Santa? Whoa. Gifts I'm preparing for some Christmas sharing, but I pause because hanging a stocking, I can hear you knocking. Is that you, Santa Claus?
He does that really well. Really clean. Also, Jeff's bass line is just just nice walk down through the notes there. I think it's pretty much the standard bass guitar that was in the original, or the bass sound anyway. It might not be a guitar. And then Jane On comes in at the end of that phrase with a more character-like voice. Is that you, Santa Claus? Very nice. Let's go back slightly and keep it going.
In a stocking, I can hear you knocking. Is that you, Santa Claus? It sure is dark out, ain't no spark out upon my slacking jaw. Who's there, who isn't? Are you stopping for a visit?
Is that you, Santa Claus?
Santa Claus, are you?
Nice. I'll just stop again briefly there. It's always great to get a solo from Caesar. Sounds amazing. Jeff comes in and you almost expected him to do like a low note at the end of that, and he didn't. He sort of went up slightly as a sort of question type thing, like, you know. So he was like, "Is that you, Santa Claus?" And then just raised it up rather than going Santa Claus and going down. So that was nice. He's leaving us hanging because there's going to be low notes. His bass is already booming in the background, just the bass line that he's giving.
Who's there, who isn't? Are you stopping for a visit?
Is that you, Santa Claus?
Santa Claus, are you bringing a present for me? Something pleasant that you can present, a present for me. That is just what I've been waiting for.
Would you mind slipping it under the door?
Nice. It was that many nices. I like that Lane's adding in every now and then. He's doing the beatboxing rhythm still, and every now and then he adds like a long hi-hat sound, so it's like a tss, and it leads perfectly into the next bit, so really nice. but that was a different tempo to that. It felt like. I mean, Jeff was doing a different bass line in particular. I don't know whether the beatboxing changed. It might have done slightly, but in that section there, in the second verse, Jeff's bass line went slightly higher and a different rhythm completely. So it was more like in the original, and then in the second one he went. He was more up here doing all sorts of things. I mean, it wasn't the same rhythm. I don't know what he was doing, like in terms of copying his rhythm, but it was certainly different, and it made that whole verse sound completely different. Let's go back to when he does this Santa Claus.
Are you bringing a present for me? Something pleasant that you can present, a present for me. That is just what I've been waiting for.
Would you mind slipping it under the door?
Cold winds are howling.
So yeah, I mean, that wasn't the like holding the hi-hat sound, that bit. That was more of a just keep hitting it. So he goes, and then they carry on. But he has done previously on one of the other bits. He did a and it led into it.
Could that be grounded? My legs feel like straw. Hey, mama, oh me, oh, won't you reply? Is that you, Santa Claus? Oh, tonight you know he's coming. No, he's coming for you. Hope you've not been to bed. He's coming, you're running and running. He's coming to get you. A gift, be good. You better.
Okay, so much happened there. Jeff decided to release the dragon at some point there. Let's go back. So you had, where have they gone? I've stopped on the bit where they've all disappeared.
He's coming for you.
There, so just before this, you had obviously Ellie's solo part, which sounded nice. Really bringing out his rock sound there.
You've not been to bed.
Yeah, so there's two bits. So I'll go back to the start of that. It's at the end of Ellie's verse here. So Jeff comes in at one point and just does. I don't think he actually says anything. He just sort of goes ah in the background, and then the second time it's bad.
Hey, mama, oh me, oh, won't you reply? Is that you, Santa Claus? Oh, tonight you know he's coming. No, he's coming for you. Hope you've not been to bed. He's coming, you're running and running. He's coming to get you.
And at the end, it was on. It's coming to get ya. So it's coming to get ya. And he drops down into that booming bass sound down there.
Gift, be good. You better be good. Ooh, hanging a stocking. I can hear you knocking. Is that you, Santa Claus? Is that you, Santa?
Okay, so much to talk about there. So first of all, who's Santa? Who did the voice of Santa? I mean, it could be Lane or Ellie, and it could be someone not in the group. Interesting. I want to know who did Santa, who did that voice there. Be good or something, whatever they said, or be good. Was it just be good? I think it's be good. But then they've gone into this bit, and Ellie's done, is that you, Santa Claus? And he's gone even higher, but then back down again. So he didn't go too high. It sounds like like you used to him going, Santa Claus, going right into the stratosphere. But he went, Santa Claus, and went back down again. So that was interesting. Let's just go back slightly and hear that again.
Is that you, Santa? Whoa. Who is it for you?
Well, wait, what's going on here? I didn't go back far enough.
Hear you knocking. Is that you, Santa Claus? Is that you, Santa? Whoa.
Oh, so he didn't quite go down then. I thought he went down slightly. So he went, Santa Claus. And then the same note hit another line at the end of it. So he didn't keep going up, but he didn't go down either.
Is that you, Santa? Whoa. Who is it? Are you stopping going?
Is that you, Santa Claus? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay. What did Lane just do? So that's wow. I mean, you don't really expect. Well, you do expect that from Lane, I suppose, but normally when he does his solo parts, he just does solo voice or he does a crazy beatbox. This time he's combined them, which is very hard to do. So obviously he's beatboxing and singing alternately. So he's singing on the off notes of the beatbox. It starts off, I think, with a throat bass sound, like down there, and then, well, who is it? He's doing all that in between. So let's hear this again.
Is that you, Santa? Whoa. Who is it? Are you stopping going?
Stopping for a woohoo? Why does he not say visit there? That sounds so weird. But that's Lane all over, isn't it? Why not just say woohoo instead of visit? So it's just like a throat bass sound. I can't really do throat bass. It does a low note. Who is it? Stopping for something like that. I can't do it. I'm not much of a beatboxer, obviously, but Lane is a genius at it, and it still sounded amazing. And then Jeff comes in with another line, and again, I expected a low drop at the end, and it didn't happen. It sort of dropped slightly, I think.
Is that you, Santa Claus? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, so he drops into his normal bass line, so he doesn't go super low. So he goes, "Is that you, Santa Claus?" And just goes straight back into the bass line.
Today, but I can't explain why I'm shaking that way.
Oh, there's so much happening in this. Bravo, Voiceplay. Yes, so Ellie went super high on the harmony there. Just before Janon's little section here, and Janon went lower than he usually does. Not super low for Jane. I know Janon can do bass, so he didn't dip into his bass range, but he went lower than usual.
And we don't believe in no goblins today, but I can't explain why I'm shaking that way.
Shaking that way. You know, it's not super low, but it's lower than we expect coming out of Janon. And then Jeff just comes in even lower.
But I can't explain why I'm shaking that way.
But I can see old Santa in the keyhole. I'll get to the car.
Now that is Jeff singing in low chest. You can hear how bassy that sounds, just him just singing. That's wow. But I need you. He's singing like super dark and lower, like, rather than his other lines were bassy, but he's really trying to emphasize the bass in this bit.
Why I'm shaking that way.
But I can see old Santa in the keyhole. I'll get to the car.
So you hear it on every like other word sort of thing. So it's like the B already on that bet. But I can see your Santa through the keyhole. Ow. And then the ow again is like much lower.
Just one peek and then I swear, uh-oh, there's an eye there. Is that you, Santa Claus?
Nice. Yeah, so much happened again. So Lane did his knock in again. I know he's revisited a few techniques. He revisited the before this as well. And then Jane on brings in a neat little impression of Louis Armstrong there. Let's hear that again.
Just one peek and then I swear, uh-oh, there's an eye there. Is that you, Santa Claus?
Nice. That's a good impression too. You don't get a lot of people that could do a really good impression of Louis Armstrong, and that was pretty close. That was pretty good. Is that you, Santa Claus? Sounded fairly good. Like, pretty much like tough on the voice as well to do that good of an impression like that. I mean, it's easier with scatting, I think, to do the impression rather than the singing, and I think it shows because his impression's even more spot on with the scatting. So he's sort of going whatever he's doing there.
Please, I pity my knees. Say that it's you.
Oh, say it's you. Santa Claus.
Very nice, Jane on, but I've got something else to talk about before I get to your riff. Jeff, I don't know how far back it was because it seemed like it went forever. Jeff was holding a bass note in the background there that just kept going and going and going and going.
Please, I pity my knees. Say that it's you.
Oh, say it's you.
Okay, so in the background, Jeff goes, "Say that it's you," and drops down to that lower rumbly bass note and just holds it there while the rest of them come in on like bell tones, getting higher and higher. I think that's what happens. Hold on, where is it?
Please, I pity my knees. Say that it's you.
Oh, say it's you. Santa Claus. Yep, that's him, all right.
We'll go back and hear that ending again, but Ellie's high at the end of that bell tone bit. They were getting higher and higher and higher, and Ellie's highest one was insane. She's got such a high tenor voice. And then Jane on with his Santa Claus. I think he stopped briefly to hold the note and then went back into another little riff to end it.
Santa Claus. Yep, that's him, all right.
No, don't start again. As much as I'd love to watch it again. Who's doing the voice at the end there of the Santa in the chimney? I'd imagine it's Lane. Sounds like Lane's type of humour. It could be any of them, apart from Jeff, unless they've made his voice lighter. But I think it's Lane. I want to say Lane. But the ones that are going, "On Dancer, on Prancer," and then at the end he goes, "Where's my cookies? Cookies?" Oh, hilarious. Yeah, so at the end there, Jenon again brought out the Louis Armstrong impression. Yep, that's him, all right. Really nice. Yeah, really good job. I enjoyed this. Great song. Really, really good job. Doesn't get enough credit, this song, in terms of Christmas songs. I know there's it's often swept under the rug when they're playing Christmas songs every year. This one doesn't really get this airtime, and I think that's probably due to the fact that it was by Louis Armstrong. I mean, that's not in a bad way, but he's got that sort of voice that not everyone can gel with. You know what I mean? Just the whole song going, "I can hear you knocking, is that you, Santa Claus?" Doing that the whole way through is a bit. It's all right. I mean, I don't mind his voice, but I know some people that would grate on a bit after a bit. So this updated version by Voiceplay, I think this should get played more. It should. It probably won't. I mean, we're not likely to hear this, unfortunately, because they're not mainstream. We're not likely to hear this on radios and stuff, but we should, because this was good. This was a really good song, really good addition of this. They've jazzed it up a bit as well, like with the music and everything. I mean, obviously doing it with voices, but even that bit where they started going, like, it's really good, like feel good tune to this. And I like the fact that they each had their own solo parts, and obviously on the video, not a lot was happening on the video. I mean, they just sat there, but they did like, I like the way they disappeared and then came back in a different location to the one that's at the front doing the lead vocals, and that was a nice touch. Obviously, Janon was the main star of the show here, especially with his solid impression. Really good impression of Louis Armstrong, that. Yeah, not much else to say other than this was amazing. There was a lot going on and a lot to break down. I probably didn't break down everything, but I would be just stop, start every 5 seconds probably. That's what tends to happen when I watch the Voiceplay video, so I try not to pause too much. But there's always something to comment on, like every 5 seconds something different happened. And it's something amazing that I need to talk about. So I tried my best to not pause too much. I'll have to go and watch this another few times now and see if I missed anything important. I hope I didn't, but I probably did. Yeah, other than that, go show Voiceplay some love. Give them a like and subscribe. Feel free to give me a like and subscribe. And I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.